Right now, thousands of mid-market businesses are running their entire operations on a precarious web of disconnected Excel files and static PDFs. The standard industry answer to this massive fragmentation is a traditional enterprise resource planning system, like SAP or Oracle. But for a small or medium-sized enterprise, these systems are practically useless. They require millions of dollars and months of deployment time to integrate into a fast-moving, agile business. This reliance on scattered spreadsheets creates a serious blind spot. When new mandatory compliance metrics emerge, like calculating a carbon footprint or proving ESG readiness, these businesses have no centralized data to pull from. They are trapped in an operational void. They have grown far too complex for basic spreadsheets, yet they remain completely priced out of unified enterprise software. A tech operation called Nexergy AI Systems has proposed a solution to this exact problem, a localized digital ecosystem built specifically for Thai SMEs. The scope of their proposal is massive. They plan to build 5 distinct enterprise platforms, covering solar engineering, industrial manufacturing and construction, future skills training, and green growth compliance. To build out this entire suite, Nexergy is requesting a seed budget of just 3 million Thai baht, roughly $85,000. In standard software development, building just one functional, enterprise-grade platform can easily consume millions of dollars. Executing 5 separate platforms on a micro-budget is impossible if engineering teams work in isolated silos. It only works if the architecture relies on a shared core platform ecosystem that eliminates redundant coding. Tracing how this architectural efficiency functions reveals the exact mechanics required to build capital-efficient B2B software for emerging markets. To understand how this works, we have to look at vertical-specific software. We can start with Nexergy's Solar AI platform. This interface solves a highly specific workflow. It allows engineering, procurement, and construction firms to take customer data, run load calculations, and instantly generate a bill of materials and an ROI analysis. Now, compare that to the Construction AI platform. Here, requirements are entirely different. Construction managers need Gantt charts and real-time labor tracking, not solar load calculations. To the end user, these platforms operate exactly like they were built by entirely separate specialized software companies. This illusion of hyper-specialization is intentional. SMEs consistently reject broad, generalized tools that require extensive customization. They adopt software that immediately speaks the specific language of their daily operations. But while the front-end interfaces must be distinct, the underlying engineering cannot be. This is Nexergy Hub, the core anchoring all 5 platforms. Universal backend modules are coded once. Authentication, payment gateways, e-tax APIs, and export engines exist at the root level. The central database processes these universal functions, routing them to specific front ends only upon request. By centralizing every non-differentiating feature, Nexergy maximizes its ability to acquire customers across 5 distinct industries without taking on 5 times the engineering debt. This shared core strategy becomes visible when you examine the exact line items of their funding request. Of the 3 million baht budget, 900,000 funds the core SaaS structure and 500,000 funds the shared AI module. That is 1.4 million baht, nearly half the budget, dedicated strictly to invisible back-end infrastructure before front-end features are fully realized. Nexergy achieves massive capital efficiency by isolating the architectural logic and coding it once at the project's inception. This centralized approach also solves a secondary, much harder problem, the twin transition constraint. SMEs today are forced to digitize their daily operations while simultaneously proving compliance with strict new green and ESG standards. Isolated tools fail at tracking carbon footprints because they force business owners into painful manual data entry at the end of the month. Nexergy bypasses manual entry entirely. Shared applications route daily operational data, like a factory's electricity use, straight to the central hub. An ESG analyzer instantly converts this to a standardized carding metric. The Green Growth platform simply reads these pre-converted metrics to generate automated compliance reports. This architecture turns green compliance into an automated byproduct of digital operations. We can test the viability of this engineering logic by mapping it directly onto Nexergy's proposed 12-month execution roadmap.
Phase 1 focuses on the minimum viable product, stress testing the shared core's user accounts and databases. Phase 2 layers on AI analytics, quotation engines, and e-tax APIs. Phase 3 spans the final 4 months, pushing specialized front ends to targeted pilot programs. An aggressive 12-month development timeline for 5 enterprise applications sounds impossible, but it works here because the ultimate structural risk, the back-end infrastructure, is completely isolated and resolved within the first trimester. This rollout strategy generates a highly specific set of 5-year business projections. By year 5, the model scales to 2,000 subscribers, 80 enterprise clients, and 5,000 trained professionals, reaching 131 million baht. This flywheel uses inexpensive SaaS subscriptions to capture operational data. Identifying these gaps acts as a lead generation engine for high-margin enterprise contracts. Dominating multiple verticals requires extreme back-end discipline. Regional B2B technology succeeds by using a single efficient data brain to power many different industry masks. Nexergy AI proves achieving massive scale in emerging markets means looking past the interface, solving digital transformation and sustainability simultaneously at the foundational database level.